Chapter 13, we will start, let's see, number 6. Notice I changed number 6 slightly. I put a 3 in front of the first matrix. That's called a scalar. Well, multiply the 3 first, and you'd have 3, 6, 12, and minus 9. Now we can add them. And we'll get 0, 1, 14, minus 10. You add these two, you add these two, and then those two. For number 8, let's send the 2 through the first matrix. That will give you 2, 0, and 6. And then in the middle column, 0, negative 2, negative 4. And the third column, negative 4, 6, and 8. And we want to add that to the second matrix. Remember, you can only add matrices that are the same size. Both of these are 3 by 3. Well, anyway, this will equal, let's see, 1, 1, 4. And then the middle column will be negative 2, negative 2, negative 7. And the third column will be 1, 5, 9. Sorry about the run-in, but I'm trying to squeeze it all in for you. Okay, that's number 8. Let's take a look at number 9. You notice these two are not the same size. The first matrix is 3 by 3 and the second is 2 by 3. So it's impossible. Can't be done. Okay, number 10. Well, let's see. 1 minus a minus 3 is 4. And 1 minus a minus 5 is 6. And 4 minus 2 is 2. And 4 minus a minus 1 is 5. Okay, let's go to the next section. Determinants. Number 1. Well, you multiply this diagonal, you get 4. This diagonal, you get 6. And then you subtract, so you get negative 2. In number 3, this diagonal would be minus 2x. This diagonal minus 12. So the answer is minus 2x plus 12. Number 7. Let's see, this diagonal is 5x. This one's 12, so 5x minus 12 equals x. Minus 12 then is minus 4x. So x is 3. Number 8, that diagonal is x squared. This one's minus 21. Subtract. Oops, that's 37. So x squared is 16, making x plus or minus 4. Number 12. Okay, we're going to use this column. So 3 times 1, 4, minus 3, 3. Remember, it's in this row and this column. Look at the numbers that are left. That's how you get your 2 by 2. Oops, I forgot. These are supposed to be vertical bars. And then the opposite of this number times 2, 2, minus 3, 3. Remember, that one is in this row, this column. That'll give you the numbers now that you see. And then plus 4 times 2, 2, 1, 4. Then we evaluate. So we're going to have 3 times, let's see, this will be 3 minus 12, so this is 15. This is 6, and that's minus 6, so 2 times 12. Plus 4 times, let's see, this is 8, and that's 2, 6, okay. So we're going to have 45 plus 24 plus 24 is 93. Number 14. We're going to use this time this row. So that would be minus 3 times minus 6, 1, 0, negative 3. And then the opposite of this number, so that would make it 1, 1, minus 1, minus 3. And the 0 won't give us anything. This is 18, this is 0, so this is minus 3 times 18. This is minus 3, this is minus 1. Subtract, you get minus 2. So minus 54 plus 6 is minus 48. Multiplying. Okay, we'll do this one. Remember to multiply, the middle numbers on the dimensions have to match. This is a 3 by 3, and the second matrix is a 3 by 1. These numbers match, so we can multiply these matrices. And the answer is going to be a 3 by 1. 3 rows, 1 column. Remember, you multiply rows by columns. Rows of the first matrix, columns by the second. So multiply that row and that column will give us the top number in our 3 by 1. Multiplying the first numbers, you get 2, the second number is 4, and the third number is 6. Add them up, you get 12. Now we multiply the second row by that column, and that would be, the first numbers would be minus 2, second number is 6, last number is 9. So we would have 13. Now we multiply this row by that column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 6. Second number is 2. The third number is minus 3. That will give you 5. Ooh, I said 3 by 3. This is a 4 by 3. Shame on me. So the answer is going to be a 4 by 1. Okay, so now we got one more row, the bottom row, and multiply the first numbers, you get 10, the second number is 0, the third number is 6, add them up, you get 16. So our answer is a 4 by 1. Let's make it real clear here, get rid of that. There, that's much better. Number 10. This is a 2 by 3, and this is a 3 by 3. Those two numbers match. Our answer is going to be a 2 by 3. 2 rows, 3 columns. You always multiply rows of the first by columns of the second. So this row times this column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 15, second number is 1, third number is 16. Add them, you get 32. Now let's multiply the second row by the first column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 6, the second number is 0, and the third number 24. You're going to get 30. Now let's multiply that row by this column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 5, second number 7, third number 0, add them up, you get 12. Now this row by the middle column. The first numbers are 2, second number 0, third number 0. Add them, you get 2. Now the top row times the third column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 10, the second number is 4, and the third number is 10. You get 24. Now the bottom row times the third column. First numbers, 4, second 0, third 15, add them up, you get 19. This then is our answer. Okay, here's another one. Number 12. This is a 4 by 3, and we're going to multiply it by a 3 by 2. That'll give us a 4 by 2. 4 rows, 2 columns. So top row times this column. The first numbers would be 4, second number is 2, third number is minus 6. Add them up, you get 0. Now the top row of the first and the second column of the second. Multiply the first numbers, you get 16, and then second number is 0, third number is 10. So that's going to be 26. Now the second row times the first column. The first numbers would be minus 3, second number is 4, Third number is minus 9. So you're going to get minus 8. Oops. Yes, minus 8. Now second row, second column. The first numbers would be minus 12, second number is 0, third number is 15. Add them, you get 3. Now the third row, first column. First numbers would be 2, second 0, third minus 15. Add them, minus 13. Oh, I goofed again. This is a 4 by 2. I think I wrote the other right. I just didn't make it big enough. Okay, let's fix it. Make it look nice. Okay, now for the third row, second column. First numbers would be 8, second 0, third 25, the answer 33. Fourth row, first column. First number is 3, second 2, third minus 12. So you get minus 7. Now for the fourth row, second column. First number is 12, second 0, third 20. Add them up, you get 32. There's your answer for number 12. Now let's go to inverses. Okay, number 7 says determine whether they're inverses. To do that, you have to multiply A times B. And then multiply B times A. Well, you're multiplying two 2 by 2s, you're going to get a 2 by 2. This row times this column. First number is minus 2, second number is 3, add them up, you get 1. Now the first row, second column. First number is 1, second number is minus 1, add them, you get 0. Now for the second row, first column. First number is minus 6, second number is positive 6, add them, you get 0. And now for the second row, second column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 3, second number is minus 2, add them, you get 1. Notice we get the identity matrix. Now let's check BA. Well, we're going to get a 2 by 2. First row, second column. First number is minus 2, second number is 3, add them, you get 1. First row, second column, first number is minus 4, second number is 4, add them, you get 0. Now for the second row, first column. First number is 3 halves, second number 3 halves, add them, you get 0. Second row, second column. Multiply the first numbers, you get 3, second numbers you get minus 2, add them, you get 1. So you notice AB is the identity matrix and BA is the identity matrix. So are they inverses? Yes. Number 8 is done the same way. We got to check AB and then BA. Let's check AB. Okay, first row, first column. First numbers are 7, second numbers are minus 6, add them at 1. Looks good so far. Now, first row, second column. First numbers minus 14, second numbers 22. That adds up to 8. We don't need to go any further. We're not getting the identity matrix. The answer is no. They're not inverses of each other. Now remember, there is a quick way to find the inverse. And remember too that this is not a negative exponent. It means A inverse. Okay, 3 steps to find the inverse. Find the determinant. It's minus 1, so 1 over the determinant times, now switch these numbers, negate these numbers, and then send 1 over negative 1 through. We'd have minus 3, 5, 5, negative 8. This is your inverse. Number 12. Got to find the determinant. So that diagonal is 4, these are 0, subtract, you get 4. 1 over 4 times, switch this diagonal, negate this diagonal, of course the opposite of 0 is 0, send 1/4 through. This is your determinant. One more. Let's see, this is 2, this is minus 3, subtract, you get 5. So 1/5 times, switch these, negate those. So you're going to get 2/5 minus 3/5, 1/5, 1/5. This is the inverse. Okay, almost done. Number 1, solve using matrices. How do you do it? Well, write your matrix equation first. So matrix XY will equal the inverse of this matrix. Well, let's see, minus 6, 5, subtract, you get minus 11. So minus 1/11 times minus 2, 3, we switched, and negate these. And it's times negative 1, 4. So minus 1/11 times this row times this column. Well, the first numbers would be 2, second minus 20, add them, you get minus 18. Now for the second row, second column, the first numbers would be 1, excuse me. The second numbers would be 12, add them, you get 13. So this would be 18/11 minus 13/11. Well, you're not quite done. Remember, we're solving a system. We're looking for the point of intersection. So it's 18/11 comma minus 13/11. That is the point of intersection. Number 2. It's done the same way. 4, 2, 3, 4 times xy, the matrix xy, equals 2, 6. So matrix xy would be the inverse of this matrix. Well, let's see, 16 minus 6 is 10, so 1/10. And this is 16 and this is 6. Determinant is 10, so 1/10 times, switch the 4's, negate the diagonal 2, 3, and multiply this by 2, 6. So this row times this column, first numbers would be 8, second minus 18, add them, you get minus 10. This row times that column, first numbers would be minus 4, second numbers 24, add them, you get 20. Send the 1/10 through, you got minus 1, 2. So the solution is minus 1 comma 2. One more problem. It says write this system as a matrix equation so we can solve it. See where I'm getting my numbers from? Just like the 2x2s. There you go. All done. Happy studying.